Ask yourself, am I being the best version of myself? Hey, are you where you want to be with your sexual performance, erectile dysfunction, erections, things working the way you want? Well, today we're going to do something a little different. I want to have a heart-to-heart because we have to change things up. The past videos that I did is all about education, getting you the information you need, but now it's all about that execution. That's what we're going to be doing starting today. And hey, my name is Brian, aka Uncle B, and for the last 21 years I've been the men's performance coach with African Fly, the liquid aphrodisiac. And as a coach, we got to get into the coaching part, which is making sure you execute. You can have the information, but if you're not putting it in place, doesn't make a big difference at all. And so today specifically, what I'm going to be talking about is how to change the way that you think so that you can get the results that you want. Very important. And as a bonus, what I'm going to go through at the end of this is talk about the changes that we're going to be doing with live coaching, live videos, and with African Fly. All very important information, so make sure you stay tuned until the end. And as always, if you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the notification bell so we can get some more of this information to you. And what I'm going to do is break this down till it cannot be broken anymore. All right, let's go ahead and hop into it, because this year, when we're talking about the year of 2020, a lot of things have changed. Some things have permanently changed, but some things haven't changed. The need for people to have that sexual connection, the need for you to be able to function the way that you want to, and how we're dealing with our health and our stress has changed because some things have gotten a little bit more difficult. This year can either be the year of you getting focused, getting things together, living your purpose, or it could be the year that you sit back and don't do anything, expecting that, the less you do, the more something's going to change. Obviously, that's not going to happen. So here is the main question. What is the best version of you? Being at the top of your physical game is more of a challenge now, especially because the gyms are not open at the same times as they were before, but now you have more time and more reasons to focus. Even before the new world, you know what I mean, things weren't designed for us to succeed in terms of our testosterone. The world has been designed for us to get sick really slowly so we can pay people off as we're getting more and more sick. Specifically the food industry and the pharmaceutical industry. Now, I've talked before several times about the low testosterone pandemic and how it affects you, how it's affecting your joy of life, having the spontaneity, to just the drive that you're supposed to have as men, and how that's affecting our kids. Add in the stress that comes with the, and we're talking about even more guys living with lower testosterone. So the question is, how can you live a better life with this new stressor in our lives? And basically, we're talking about changing the way you think. In coaching, we call it reframing. Changing the way you think means changing the way that you talk to yourself. If you say to yourself, I can't get an erection, there's nothing I could do about it, then your brain will actually go out and look for reasons to reaffirm what you said. And then you will do things like not paying attention to videos like this, not making changes to your life, and you'll end up fulfilling that wish that you keep telling your brain, I can't function correctly. So instead of getting the information, you find more ways to ignore the information and not make the changes. Now, if you flip that, if you repeatedly say in your head, I can master my body, I can master this issue, your brain will start looking for ways to correct that situation. See how simple that is? Change the way you think to yourself, change the way you talk to yourself, you're gonna change your life. I actually worked with a guy who used steroids in his youth, and it got to the point where he didn't have an erection for 30 years. We made the changes that needed to happen, and it happened. So that can happen for you too. Wherever you are in your journey, if you lost your erections, it can come back. You just need to do the right thing. So I'm being very serious, guys. In order for you to change your life, you have to change the way that you think first. So how can you change your thought processes so you can become the best version of yourself? The first step is actually writing it down. Most successful people, whether in business, in their careers, in their relationships, write their goals down. But when it comes to our sexual performance, a lot of times we don't write that goal down. Or maybe that goal would be something like, I'm just going to lose weight. Just being sort of general. We have to be very specific about this. So, for example, what's your testosterone level right now? Have you ever had your testosterone levels checked? And have you had it checked more than once so you can see whether or not you're progressing? How much stamina do you have? Can you do burpees? Can you do 10 minutes of burpees? If you want to have sex for a longer period of time, you need to be able to physically be able to do it. What are your eating goals? If you've been paying attention to this channel, then you know that I always talk about trying to go plant-based. Makes a big difference. But what are your goals? Are you looking to stop drinking and smoking completely? Now here's something to think about. Many of the habits that we have are just cultural. They're things that we're doing that are not healthy for us. They're more or less designed by other people so we can buy their stuff. Great example, Sundays, football. We're always having this bad feast of chicken wings and Doritos and beer and things like that. Doing it every Sunday for your lifetime, it's gonna add up. You're gonna have problems. That's not something that you came up with. That's what you've been told. You can change that. So here's what you need to do. Every day, ask yourself, am I being the best version of myself? In fact, ask yourself that question right now. You know, you may be sitting there drinking something you shouldn't be or eating something you should. Is that the best version of you? If you ask that question every day of yourself, your brain will start looking for ways for you to become the best version of yourself. Just keep doing it. All right, let me go ahead and talk about some of the bonus things, some of the new things that we're doing with this show, with African Fly. And the first thing I'm really excited about is that our live shows, the live shows we do at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Thursday, we're actually going to go live with you. We're actually going to open up a Zoom chat so I can actually chat with guys in person, live right there, so we can learn from each other. Your face doesn't have to be on there. I'm not going to use your name if you don't want to, but it's much easier to learn from each other when we're in that situation. The book, Go Hard, the Peak Sexual Performance Guide for Men is coming out. Look for that coming out soon. For you guys, we're going to try to get you the free ebook. Look out for the commercials that we have out on YouTube, but it's going to cost at some point. Your uncle needs to make some money too. And we are now on Amazon. For my guys who want to get that Amazon Prime, that faster shipping, we have that available for you. And we are actually testing some new products to complement African Fly, whether it's sleeping or whether it's stacking. There are a bunch of herbs out there that can help in more ways, and we want to make sure we get the best for you. So in conclusion, what is the best version of you? How can you make changes in your life to deal with the new stresses that are around us? Change the way that you think by changing the way that you talk to yourself. And of course, that first step is writing it down so you know what to say to yourself consistently. And the question of the day is, what goals are you committed to? Go ahead and write those down in the comment section so we can learn from each other. And as always, if you like what you heard, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so we can get some more of this information to you. And this is Uncle B saying, get your game up and go hard. Peace out.